my God, it feels like forever I haven't been live. I don't know how clear. I don't know if I should turn the lights on. How does it feel with the lights on? I'm not so sure. Not so sure. We'll make do. We will make do. I'll have to go live on Facebook and YouTube today. So please, as you come in, like and share, but I'm going to have to end the Facebook show a little bit, maybe before the YouTube show, just in case people want to call on YouTube, they can call on the show. It's going to be a very short show. I mean, in lactating mother, I have to have my priorities right. So yes, we'll have a show, but I'm mindful of, the little one. So please come in, like and share. Welcome everybody. I'm just going to go ahead and turn on the Facebook Live as well. Perfect. I think we are on Facebook as well. Welcome. I've never done this before, guys. I've never streamed live on Facebook as well as YouTube. So this will be a first. Sorry, just give me a second, guys. This will be a first. So please bear with me. Bear with me if I'm all over the place. But first of all, welcome to everybody on YouTube. I'm known as Bella Fountain TV, and I'm Bella, your host. On Facebook is Annie Bella. So welcome to all my returning subscribers on YouTube. I thank you. I appreciate every single support that you've actually given me all these years up to this point. I appreciate you all for standing by me, standing with me, and for growing this channel together. And for all the new subscribers, I know we have been growing slowly, but surely, because I haven't been live for a while now. So I appreciate all the newbies. Thank you all so much for loving the content. Thank you all for sharing, especially the motivational shorts that I've actually been dropping. I have had great interaction on those on YouTube, especially, and Facebook. We're getting there slowly but surely. So I want to appreciate all those who have been engaging on those shorts. Please keep the engagements coming because it's encouraging, it's motivating, it makes me want to do more. So thank you all so very much. Excuse me. So today we're just going to go straight to today's show because, like I said, there's a baby to look after, so we don't really have that luxury of time. So we're going to have two topics to discuss today, two short topics. One of them is the dark side of fame. That's the first part of the show. And the second part of the show, please, as you come in, say hi, say hello. Let me know you're watching. The second part of the show is the act of giving. Okay, these are two important things. Unfortunately, I'll have to squeeze these two. I know I can literally do separate topics on each of them, but I think we're going to put them together today. Emmy, welcome, darling. I see you. Happy weekend. Hope you're doing fantastic. Thank you so much for coming. So as you come in, please do me a favor by liking and sharing if you can, and subscribe for those who haven't subscribed yet. So whenever I go live or I drop a video, you will be one of the first to be notified. So let's get on with the dark side of fame. So we all know what fame is. I don't need to explain or define what fame is. I mean, it's that level of success where you feel like you've literally attained your highest objective in life, and people can actually vouch, for that as well. I hope my connection is okay on Facebook. I see something that comes up as slow connection on Facebook. Please, if you join me on Facebook, let me know if you can see and hear me. So when you attain this level of success, in that, I mean, especially globally, you become so famous that everybody knows you, and you have this huge amount of power and influence over people and your community or your society, that you're one of those that if you speak, people listen. Your input is highly felt. A good example would be what is happening in America. Sorry, I'm going to talk about, quote, this political election thing happening in America at the moment. And you all, if you're following it, you must have heard about Taylor Swift and Billie Eilish, coming out to talk about their support for Kamala Harris. And you all saw how the internet went buzzing, social media was buzzing, the global news was buzzing because of the weight, the fame that they carry. I'm from Britain, so okay. I'm based in England as well. So you saw how, you know, the reaction from these endorsements from Taylor Swift and Billie Eilish. That's how, that's the power of fame. That's the power of fame. But the only sad thing about fame is some people know how to manage it, you know, and others don't. That's the double-edged sword about fame. Fame can actually make you, you know, flourish and blossom in life, or fame can actually destroy you. Sorry, Villa Mama, sis, I see you. Welcome. Happy weekend. Please, as you come in, please like the video. Do me a favor, share if you can. So fame can actually make you blossom. It can actually make you, you know, be a better person. You can use it for self-improvement or global nourishment, or you can actually, you know, fall prey and use it for self-destruction or community destruction. That's just the honest truth. Greetings, sis. That's fame for you. And the likelihood, as we've seen time after time after time after time, most people just can't control it. They just cannot manage their level of fame, their level of being famous. They cannot manage it. Some of them, you know, unfortunately, they become, you know, victims to drug addiction. Others become, you know, perpetrators to certain crimes. And the reason why I'm talking about this, it's because we have the Puff Daddy situation happening right now as we speak. And if you've been watching current news or current affairs in the world, you would have noticed or heard that he's actually incarcerated at the moment or waiting trial because he's been charged for racketeering, for sex trafficking. I hope I don't get flagged for using these words, and other, you know, atrocities towards women and men. Unmerited grace, my sweetest Muma. Welcome, Muma. Happy weekend. Okay, sis. Thank you. Please like and share as you come in. So if we know, so Puff Daddy is actually being arrested, was arrested and is now waiting trial in jail because of, you know, all these crimes. And we know he actually carried out this crime because of the position in which he found himself. He's a mega star, he's a mega superstar. I mean, the world knows him. He's very wealthy. He's very influential when it comes to the entertainment world and the political world as well, because these are people who, when they make a statement, people are moved by it. Is that your real hair? It's a wig. No, it's not my real hair. Salahuddin, it's not my real hair. It's a wig, darling. No, it's not. It's not my real hair. So, because he was in that position of fame, he abused his power. He literally abused his power. Because when you're in that position, you feel like you are invincible. Like you cannot be touched. You have this amount of power. You have this control that you feel like you are a superhuman being. You can do anything and get away with. But, you know, the honest truth of the reality is that's not the case. That's not the case. Because if you have that fame and you feel like you can abuse power, unfortunately, there are people who their act is going to catch up with them. And Puff Daddy is one of them. There was Bill Cosby, we know about them. There was this other guy, this top movie mogul. There's so many, you know, famous people who have actually, since the Me Too movement, have gone to trial, are actually serving time because they abuse power and fame. Because they abuse power and fame. And the sad thing about being famous is, most often you're surrounded by people who want to benefit something from you. You're surrounded by people who are there because they know you can open doors for them. You're surrounded by people who know that. You just have to make one phone call and they will realize their dreams. They will fulfill that ambition of theirs. We know of all the numerous, if you look at all these famous people that we talk about who are behind bars or who have lived a reckless life, you don't necessarily have to be behind bars. That's the thing about fame. Some of them are not behind bars, but their lifestyle has literally crushed them or ended their career. Because, like I said, if you look at all the victims, R. Kelly, thank you so much, Salahuddin. Thank you so much, R. Kelly. Those are people who've lost everything because they abused fame and power when they had it. And every victim of, the victim that have actually testified against these people, if you look critically, I may come across harsh with this, but that's the honest truth. Most of them were there because they knew that these people have the power, the influence to make things happen for them personally, to make things, to enable them to become famous or to become successful. That's why they were there. That's the honest truth. That's the honest truth. Because if you look at it, if these people were just lay people, those people will not be around them. They will not tolerate some of the crimes that they're literally crying out against at the moment. Because we are talking about, these are decades, crimes committed decades ago, not recently. Asking for a friend, Auntie DRS. Welcome, Auntie. I see you. I just decided to do a quick show. I thought it's been a while since I came on live. Please, if you're watching me on Facebook, don't forget to like and share the video. I'll much appreciate that. Happy weekend, Auntie. Salahuddin says, but also they try to ruin their image to take eyes away from even bigger criminals. Yes, that's true. I know that. But the honest truth is, if you're guilty of a crime, you have to serve time for it. And unfortunately, these famous people, they thought they could do these things. Back in the days, they were not questioned. They were too powerful that nobody questioned them. In the music industry, in the film industry, you hear a lot about people being RAPED because they need a job. Because if you want a job and I have to give you a job, you have to literally, put your back on the bed for me. That's how some producers do. In the music industry and in the film industry and other industries as well. I posted a video, or I reposted a video from Alain Menget official, talking about using your private parts to gain positions in office. I talked about that. There are people who did that deliberately. That's the honest truth. People went there. There are people who knew that this is the case. They still went in there and did what they did, and they attained their level of success. Extraordinary me. Welcome, my darling sis. I see you. Thank you so much for coming. Okay, thank you so much. Happy weekend. They knew what was happening. They knew what was transpiring, but they went in there because they knew they had much to gain. They knew they had much to gain. They had what they had. I know there are also victims there. People who were, did wrong against their will. But the honest truth is, most of them were going there. They knew that this is what is likely going to happen. They knew that if you go there, you're about to sell your body to become famous. It's a trade by barter. It's a give and take situation. Unfortunately, that is the honest, bitter truth. Some people will say, oh, Bella, why are you trying to support a criminal? I'm not supporting a criminal. I'm just speaking my honest truth. It doesn't make it right what the Puff Daddy and the R. Kellys and the Bill Cosbys have done, but the victims also need to be called out. People need to be made aware that we see you. We know you guys were aware of what was happening, but you decided to go into it, and now you're crying foul. And now you're crying foul. And this only, they had this woke moment only when they had the Me Too movement. And that's why you have people paying for crimes they've committed like 10, 20, 30 years ago. 10, 20, 30 years ago. So we also have to look at that aspect of it. You see, there are people who are in offices. There are people who are in certain positions in society, not because they merit it, because they've had to, entangle themselves with these famous people. And just because you've attained that level of success that you wanted, You think you can discard these people, and they may have done you one or two wrongs, and you say, okay, now it's my time to nail you. I'm gonna, testify against you in the court of law and justice. And that's what some of them are actually doing. That's what some of them are actually doing. But then again, I say it doesn't justify their act. It doesn't justify their act. And that's why I would say it does, whatever you do when you're a famous person in a position of influence and power, you have to always bear in mind that there are consequences to your actions. There are consequences to your action. And unfortunately, like I mentioned earlier on, these famous people are often, very few of them have genuine and sincere lovers or fans or followers. Very few of them. Most of them are surrounded by people, the people like their personal secretaries, their publicists, their cooks, their drivers, these people are with them. They don't challenge them. They don't challenge their behavior. They see all these things happening. They cannot tell them that this is wrong, because of course they're also mining their own pockets, their bank accounts. All what matters is them having that money. All what matters is them keeping their job. You will not hear them come to say, oh, this is what my boss is doing. So a lot of them will carry on committing this offense because they know no one can challenge them. They're always surrounded by fake and phony people. People will not tell them the truth. People who are like enablers. Look at Michael Jackson. Look at the way he ended up. There was a documentary I watched. They talk about his estate being in debt, in deficit and owing hundreds of millions. And then you watch a documentary where he goes shopping, having a shopping spree with his personal assistants and other friends. And he goes into a boutique and he's pointing this item. Oh, I want this. Oh, I want that. I need this. The same things in different color, and that and this and that. I'm thinking, oh my God, why can't somebody say to him, no, it's enough. You don't need these things. You may want it, but you don't need them. You have enough already. You don't need it. But nobody says anything. You see, when he says, I need this one, the owner of the shop is rushing to tie it, to wrap it up, or make inventories of it. And the PA is making note of it, signing the checks. And, the money is just going out. These people are not surrounded by good people, unfortunately. Their friends are not there to support them. They are not there to tell them, what you're doing can cost you your life, can cost you your career, can cost you your fortune. Because we know, I heard that Puff Daddy was actually requesting a 100 million bill, and and he was denied. 100 million. Oh, good gracious. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And he's been denied bail. Padre, I see you. Happy weekend. That's a lot of money. For all those people, think about it. All those people that were surrounding you. Think about the way they cheered you on. They made you feel like a king. They made you feel invincible. They made you feel like you were untouchable. Think about all those people. Now, when you sit in that quiet, cold cell, you are alone. You're not with those people. They are sleeping in their warm, nice, cozy beds and rooms with their wives and family members around them. Big sis, Olivia, welcome, Big sis, I see you. Happy weekend. They are sleeping and feeling comfortable where they are. Some of them will wash their hands on you like Pontius Pilatus. They will literally clean their hands dry like they don't know you. They've never dined with you. But they've dined with you, but they were there when you were committing all these atrocities, and they never said a word. They never said a word because they are there also for their selfish reasons. That's why when you have fame, when you're famous, you need to pray for discernment. You have to pray for discernment, for the Holy Spirit to guide you, so that you'll be able to understand who is there for you versus who is there with you. You have to pray for discernment to be able to have that self-control. So that when you feel like they say power corrupts, when you feel like you are about to be corrupted by that influence that you have, you take a minute, you take some steps backward and reevaluate and reassess yourself and think, is what I'm about to engage in, is it going to benefit me in the long run? When people find out, even though I'm doing in the dark, What are the consequences going to be in terms of in relation to my career and my personal life or my integrity? People need to think about that. It's very, it's very, difficult to attain a certain level of fame or amass an amount of wealth or be at the greater position in society. But it's so easy for you to lose it and fall from grace to grass. Look at R. Kelly. I watched a video of him not too long ago, singing in the prison choir. I thought, oh my God, this is the life. This is somebody, a good, handsome young man, who, everybody talked about. His music was literally top of the chart. And now he's a nobody. He's lost everything. He's lost everything. And these are the ones, I'm only mentioning these ones now. These are the ones who are actually being charged by the state. We have ours in Cameroon. We have people who have actually lost their life because of fame, who couldn't manage fame. Fame got in their head. Look at the late Fish. As soon as he left Big Brother Cameroon, or whatever it was called, Sees Doreen, I See You. Was it Big Cameroon or whatever? He literally, he lost it. He wanted it all. He was running helter-skelter from one angle of the town or country to another. It's like everything was happening to him at once. He couldn't manage it. And what happened? He got swallowed by it. And here we are today. We don't have Fish anymore. Look at this. I'll quote another person. Look at somebody like Petit Pays. These are the people back in the days as a child. You're growing up. You see them. You hear about them. You look at their lifestyle. They treated women like commodities. The way they touched women, the way they referred to a woman, objectify a woman. They lived a life where he was drinking and partying and all whatnot. Look at him today. Look at Petit Pays today. Thank you, Padre. Biggie237. That was it. Look at Petit Pays today. Where is he? Where is that famous Petit Pays? Where is he? What happened to him? All these illnesses. Could it be the kidney or the liver thing that he's suffering from, allegedly? Could it be as a reason of the too much drinking and maybe a cigarette if he was smoking and all this recklessness? Some of you, when you become famous, you feel like if you don't have jock bellies, it means, you're not showing the world that you've arrived. You must have jock bellies. You must have puffy jaws. You just let your health go. You let your health go. Sis Ivy, I see you. Thank you for coming, sis. Happy weekend. You just let yourself go. You just look like a Humpty Dumpty. You don't care to check about your heart rate, your blood pressure, in everything. You don't talk about it. Not at all. You don't think about it. There is a lot of darkness that comes with fame if not managed correctly, especially guided by the Holy Spirit, guided by wisdom, guided and supported by the right people around you. It's all nice and good to have that fame, but we have to be careful how we want to use it or how we use it. It's either you want to use it to bless yourself and bless your people, or it's going to use you and destroy those around you. Thank you, Big Sis. Thank you. Yeah. So that's just the honest truth about fame, the dark side of fame. It's a beautiful thing, but don't forget there's a dark side about that too. Remember, I said this show is I'm going to keep it maximum 1 hour. Okay, maximum 1 hour. Please like the video and share if you can. And if you're watching me on YouTube and it's your first time, because I'm on YouTube at the moment, if you're on Facebook, following me on Facebook or watching me on Facebook, and you want to join me on YouTube, it's Bella Fountain TV on YouTube, and on TikTok is Bella Fountain 1. So let's move to the second part of the show, unless somebody has something to say with regards to the first part of it. Unless someone has something else to say, but I'll read the comment section if there's anything, somebody drops a comment. Oh, Song Odette, my darling sis, I see you. Thank you so much for joining, sis. Please like and share. Catalina, 1, 2, 3. Happy weekend, darling sis. I see you. Thank you so much for coming. Please, as you come in, like and share. Extraordinary Me on YouTube says, Bella says, fame and being humble goes a long way. Trust me, it's from experience. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. That's why I said power corrupts. Power corrupts. That's why you see nowadays, the young boys who are doing their scamming, the 419, or you call them Yahoo boys, they've made money. They talk to elders in the village as like nothing. And also some of the elders have literally sold their birthrights to these little boys. I watched some of them, rubbing shoulders with the elders, clapping hands and doing high fives with the elders, something that we found abominable back in the days. But you see it as a normality nowadays. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, where has morality gone? Where is the morals? What happened to our values? Our firm traditional values. What happened to it? The little fame and money that these young boys are actually amassed, be it through illicit ways or genuine ones, they've literally lost every single respect. I said to my elder sister, you have to be very careful, because my elder sister, she's a principal person. You think I'm principal, you need to meet my elder sister. Anybody who knows me and knows my elder sister would know exactly what I'm talking about. She's so principled. She would correct even a neighbor's child. She would correct a stranger on the road. She would tell you smell like a bag of crayfish if you don't smell fresh. She would tell you your coat is ugly if it doesn't look good, if it's hanging on you. She would tell you your clothes is too tight. She always says to me, oh my God, I can't believe you're going to walk out like that, looking like that, all tacky. I'm like, leave me alone. And so I said to her, don't even think you can go back home and see a child, doing something and you think it's back in the days and go, oh, can you stop that? You come here. They will wash you blue, black, and dry you like Njanja Moto on the grillage. I said to her, as sad and cruel as it sounds, that's the honest truth. That's what we are dealing with in the society nowadays. All right, sis Olivia. Thank you so much, big sis. Thank you. Thank you so much for popping in. Yes, that's just the honest truth, sis. Extraordinary Me. Humility goes out of the window when fame jumps in. When you cannot manage it correctly, it goes out of the window. Right, let's go now. We've already done half an hour. The first part of the show. Let's move to the second part of the show, which is about the act of giving. The act of, I can hear Princess crying, but we are almost running up, so that's fine. She's with Daddy. The act of giving. Giving is a beautiful thing. Giving is something that can literally change a life or lives of so many people. You have to be a good person to want to give, because you have millionaires, billionaires, you have well-off people, rich, influential people who have all this money, but they don't have that kind heart to want to give back to the community or to give back to the less privileged. So when you see somebody who has that willingness to give back to the people, we have to applaud that generosity, that kindness. Okay. Now there's something, I came across a post on Facebook, and that's the reason why I'm talking about this issue. There are people who would love to give, right? But they don't have the means to actually give. There are kind people who are out there looking at another person, thinking, oh, sorry guys, just a minute. Okay, sorry, it's the baby and the dad. There are kind people out there who really want to give, but their hands are tight. Okay, yes, they can give the little they have, but they would love to do more, but they cannot do it. For instance, I may be this person that I really look at my society, I look at certain people and I want to help them. I want to create an NGO, I want to create an organization to reach out to as many people as possible. But I don't have the resources to do that. But I have the idea. I have the plan all laid out as to how we can achieve this goal. as a people to improve our community. If I'm able to sell this plan to the community and people can buy into it, and you have people who come in to support this idea or plan of mine, so we can do this good together, then that's a fantastic thing. It's a win-win situation. It's a win for me for bringing up that idea, and it's a win for the person or the donors, and it's even extra win for the recipients. Yes, it's a win for the person who brought the idea, and it's a win for the person who is actually supporting the idea, and a win for those who are going to benefit from that idea and the support, the financial support, or psychological support, whatever support it is. So it's very wrong when you come across a post where somebody is actually saying that if you have an NGO, you're running an NGO and you cannot use your own money to support your NGO, then you are a scammer or a thief. It breaks my heart. It really disturbs me, because what that goes to do is it goes out to discourage other people who may have brilliant ideas on how to go about elevating our community, to want to withdraw or second guess themselves or think, oh, well, it's pointless. It's pointless. There's no need me coming to sell this idea because people think I'm stupid, I'm crazy. If I don't have the funds to do it, why come to sell it? That's why you have inventors, and that's why you have people invest in their ideas. Thank you so much, Auntie. It's sheer ignorance, absolute madness. I could not believe reading it. I couldn't believe reading it. The only time I would say, if you're running an NGO and you're a thief or a scammer, is when you usurp those funds. Is when you misappropriate your funding. Then you can be considered a thief or a swindler. Yes. Then if somebody were to attribute that to you being a thief or a scammer or an exploitative person, I would say yes, they have a point, because you've been given money to carry out these activities to better the life of the people, and you've decided to swindle these funds and put them in your private pocket. Then that's where the problem is, because we know there are NGOs like that. There was a scandal in this country, in the UK, about Oxfam. Oxfam is one of the largest NGOs in England, and they had this huge scandal when you had the earthquake in Haiti. I don't know if you guys ever heard about it. When the earthquake, I can't remember which year it was, when the earthquake hit Haiti, that devastating earthquake, and Oxfam was the biggest NGO that was on the ground at that time. So they had this huge amount of money sent out there, and what happened is some of the workers, or most of the workers in Oxfam, my darling sis, I see you, Beryl Ann, I see you, my beautiful sis, my Mimi sis. I'm here for the host. I want to go back to school. Sis, don't start. Welcome, sis. Happy weekend. Please like and share as you come in. All the big bosses and some of the workers of Oxfam, they actually amassed the money to themselves. They drove in Range Rovers, bought houses. Some of the expatriates, what they did with the food that they had to give to the community, if you came to get food and you're a woman, they would say to you, you have to have sex with me. You have to put your back to the ground or on the bed before I can give you food. A lot of people were RAPED back in the days, because they were trying to get food. There was this hunger, there was starvation, and to get food, you had to succumb to this advances from the workers. It was a huge thing. So for me, it's what you call misappropriation of fund, abuse of power from members of these NGOs. That's when I can come. If you say that, if you're holding these people accountable, I'll say yes. But to hold somebody or accuse somebody who may have an idea and not the funds to go about achieving this idea, because if you're unable to achieve this idea or make it a reality, then it's only a dream. And who wants to be in a dream for the rest of their lives? Nobody wants to be in a dream for the rest of their life. A community doesn't want to live in the dreams for the rest of their lives. They want reality. They want real projects happening. And if somebody comes with an idea and there's somebody who can invest, let's encourage these two to come together and everyone benefits. Every single person benefits. And there's something I need to stress in our community. There is this, shaming of people or recipients of help, of acts of kindness in our community. And we must stop. We have to stop this bad behavior of shaming people who come out actually in dire need of help. Genuine people who come out and say, I need help. I need help, please. Can somebody help me? Can somebody help me? My school, my tuition fee. Can somebody help pay my bills? Sorry, guys, just a minute. Let me see the content. Okay. Daddy's taking them out. There'll be a time I'll have to end the show. I'll end it slightly earlier on Facebook in case somebody wants to call me on YouTube. Sorry, Facebookers. I'll have to get a phone where everybody can call if they want to contribute or participate in the show. If you want to participate on the show on Facebook, you can request to join and say something, but to call, you cannot call. The call is only available for those on YouTube. I beg your pardon. So, like I was saying, there's this bad attitude of, shaming people who come out to cry for help, and we have to stop that bad behavior. We need to stop that bad behavior, cut it off immediately, because people are going to die in silence just because of the fear of being shamed, named and shamed. There are so many good people out there. Yes, there are bad people, but fortunately, thank goodness enough, there are very few bad people. There are lots more good people. And the internet has made it so easy for people to access help or assistance, which is a good thing. And we have to promote it. Because if somebody needs help, back in the days where there wasn't any internet, if you're somewhere in the village in Bafut, where I come from, okay, and you need help, only the villagers from Bafut can help you, or a stranger who has just come to Bafut and seen you and seen your situation and felt sorry for you can help you. But nowadays, if you have data, you can, light your camera and say, here I am, yes, my sister, yes, my mom, my dad, going through this situation, we need help, please, can you support me? And the community will support you. Prophet Oro Betang is doing a fantastic job with the Cameroon community on TikTok, raising millions, hundreds of millions now to help so many people from around the world, Ghana, Nigeria, Cameroon, Cote d'Ivoire, you name it, in the diaspora, everywhere. And that's a brilliant thing. That's a fantastic idea. Now, when you start name calling and shaming people, you put off people and people are going to die slowly. The reason I'm doing this is because there's a young guy currently on the internet called Brown Popsy or something. Brown Popsy, and his mom, who unfortunately is mentally unstable. Okay, I don't know if I heard it correctly somewhere that it's postpartum psychosis, or you can call it postpartum psychosis or postpartum dementia or something. You can call it like that. If I've heard correctly, if that's the case, because I know I heard him say on Prophet Oro Betang that the mom had this psychotic episode just as soon as she gave birth to him, and he's the only child. And this guy has come out and no, it's not postpartum. No, it's not postpartum. So what is it? Can you tell us? Because I heard him talk about it on Prophet Oro Betang's Cameroon community, that it only happened to her as soon as she gave birth. That she was fine. She was absolutely fine when she gave birth to him. And once he was born, the mom had this episode. So the likelihood is it could have been a postpartum psychosis, unless you've heard something other than this or different to what I heard. Now, anyway, that's not so much the bone of contention. The mom was already like that before he was born. And okay, so maybe this is somebody who knows this Auntie Grace, as she's fondly called. Now, my problem is the way certain people have gone around addressing the boy's situation. I felt really bad. I felt so bad because this is somebody, this Auntie Grace, this is someone who has received help from the community. People like me, Alain Menget, have helped her from the beginning when her case first came on the internet. And she has been doing amazing, and her son is doing a fantastic job. I cannot, appreciate this young man enough, because people his age will be drinking and dancing and frolicking with women left, right, center. But this boy is taking time to spend, quality moments with the mother, looking after her, making sure she's being catered for, kept nicely, washed, fed and sheltered, and all these beautiful things that a child should be doing to the mother. I was in Com when this happened. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for that clarification. This boy is doing all these things, and this is just telling us, and he shows the people, the community that has actually been helping this guy. He literally puts it out there so you guys can see, the growth or the progress that his mom is actually making, thanks to your assistance, thanks to the help that you're actually giving him. And then you see people bashing him to say, oh, stop begging online. Oh, don't bring your mother to humiliate your mother. That's another thing. He's not humiliating his mom. No. If anything, I have so much admiration for that young man. I have so much admiration for him, because trust me, this Gen Z people, a lot of them would have, disassociated themselves from their mother completely. They would have literally avoided any link to her, because they don't want to be named or labeled the child of that mad woman roaming the streets. Yes, they would not want to be labeled, but he decided, no, that's my mother. She birthed me. Because if you see the progress, that lady has actually made so much progress ever since that guy came to cry out for help, and people have been helping him, be it financially, be it medically, be it psychologically, be it through counseling, be it through emotional support. You see his friends. I saw a guy singing with the mother, and the mother was so happy singing this, old village songs to her. And, sometimes it just brings back memory. It puts them in that comfort place that they used to be before. That's a beautiful thing, to have this support around you. And so if we are shaming this guy, how do we now intend to see other young people emulate this wonderful character of his? How do we expect young people to do the same? Are we trying to say when your mom or your dad is mentally unstable, you just discard them? No. And if you can help them, help them. But if you think people can help you, help them. But also, mind you guys, the fact that this guy is also coming to tell us or show the mom, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to help them financially all the time. There is even a greater advantage for this Auntie Grace being online. It's a learning moment for us as a people, as a community. Because when I was growing up, anybody that was mentally unstable was locked up, was abandoned. If you're from Bafut, where I come from, the area in Bafut where I come from, there was a place called Adegunwi. There was a man there of blessed memory. They call it Pa Urbanos. I don't know how, I think it was Romanos in English, but it was called Urbanos. How the villagers would call their things that they call Prudencia Borden, and, as it is, this Pa Urbanos supposedly was a traditional healer who cured mentally unstable people. All the mad people from Bafut, from other neighboring villages were brought to his compound, and these people were put in shackles. Mind you, being mentally unstable doesn't mean you're completely gone. There's no turning back. There were people who were depression back in the days. People were depressed. People who just maybe were bipolar, just needed some, a medical intervention. There are people who also had, manageable mental situations. But because you just had that little flip and your family members did not understand what it was, I've done shows about health stereotypes. If you're not following me on YouTube, on your Facebook, if you want to know more, I don't want to go into details, but I've done many shows about health stereotypes. You can go to my Facebook YouTube page, Bella Fountain TV, and you can watch about that. But because of that mental health stereotype that people had back in the days, these people were bundled up in this compound. They were put in shackles. They had chains on their legs. I still have this vivid image of these people. They have chains to their hands. Some of them were tied together. And when I'm coming back from visiting my grandma, I'm going back home. We were always scared to walk past that because literally that compound was by the roadside. And it had to take you courage to walk past that compound because you knew there were mad people there. And you could hear those shackles like people screaming, you know. It was a horror image. And we cannot be having that same situation now in the 21st century. And that's what this brown popsy boy is teaching us. My mom may be mentally unstable, but she's a human being. She deserves to be treated as one. And he's doing just that. Muma Celeste, I see you. Happy weekend, sis. And he's doing just that. People say it's an embarrassment. He's embarrassing his mother. It's not embarrassing his mother. It's a teaching moment for us all, encouraging every single person. Do not abandon your disabled person. It's an admirable act for that young man, on the part of that young man. He should not be discredited one bit for what he's doing for his mom. He must not be discredited for it. No. I see nothing wrong with him sharing her progress. Nothing whatsoever. People learn from it. A lot of people learn from it. It tells you that you see those mad people walking on the street, they have family members. They have family members. Sometimes, look at the auntie, you know, the son said she used to feed from, you know, bins and things, walk around. But look where she is now. She feeds well, she sleeps well, she's fresh, she takes her out to do the massage and all those things. It's beautiful. It's like there's a young girl in Ghana, My Journey with Autism. I have my classmate, Edith, who is, I think, is in Germany. He does, who showcases her struggle with her children with autism. Will you now shame these parents for putting out their children? There's another Francophone woman here in the UK. I've forgotten her name. Sis Odette, can you remember this lady's name? Sis Berry Ann, can you remember this lady's name? There's a lady in the UK here. She has an autistic son. She's a Francophone lady. She's doing amazing. These people come out to put their family members, not because they want us to laugh at them, but because they want to help us understand their situation and also to tell somebody somewhere that you are not alone in this. There are so many people going through a similar situation as yours. Yeah. Oh, sis, you forgot. Yes, there's this lady, and she's doing an amazing job. A lot of people understand how to deal with autistic children because of these people. So these people are not just there because of they need to talk just to medical specialists. No. If anything, the public needs to know. We need to normalize these things. It doesn't have to be a myth. It doesn't have to be a myth anymore. Back in the days, people with alopecia, growing up, they used to say people with alopecia are witches and wizards who come out in the night to go to steal from people's farms or houses, and they get hot water poured on them and they lose their hair. And they lose their hair. That's the narrative that was going around about people with alopecia. You know? But that wasn't the case. It was a health situation. So if somebody with alopecia comes out now and takes off her wig, like what I'm wearing now, and shows you her patched hair or the hair that she's actually lost, will you now say, oh God, this is embarrassing, don't show this person this and that? No. It's just telling you there's something called alopecia. We have to be very careful the way we attack people on social media, especially people who are doing things for the benefits, for the, you know, the betterment of the community. If you want to support this guy, support him. If you don't want to support him, don't discourage others from supporting him. Mama, I'm almost done, okay? I'm almost done. A life of a mom. I'm almost done, okay? So that's why I decided to do this second part of the show. People who are kind, they're out there, so many of them. Allow them be kind. Allow them to give as much as they want to give. It's their choice to give. No one is putting something on their head or something on the throat to say give. It's out of their free will, their kind gesture, their generosity they want to give. And if those people are out there that have ideas on how to help people but have no funds on how to go about it, Miss Pepe, welcome, darling. I see you. How are you doing, darling? Happy weekend. Long time. If people have the means to come and support your ideas, by all means, please do support that idea. Because I don't believe that, if I have an idea and I'm coming to showcase it, I'm trying to scam people off their pockets. No. Showcase your ideas, sell it out there. Whoever wants to buy it, buy it. Investors will invest in it, and everybody benefits. Everyone benefits. And if you're courageous enough and kind enough to want to show the world, some of the things you're battling with as a family or as an individual, be it health, be it financial, be it in your personal life, it's your choice. But trust me, there'll be one or two persons out there who will benefit from your situation. And I really applaud that young guy, Brown Popsy, for what he's doing, for the mother, because that's what every son should be doing. He should be very proud of himself for what he's doing. And I'll urge every single member of the community, if you feel like supporting the young guy, go ahead and support him. If you feel like supporting anybody in the community, go ahead and support that person, because it's very important. You don't want to be amassing wealth while your sister, your next door neighbor, is dying. We grew up in a society where if I had Maggie, I would share with my neighbor. If I had salt, or if I didn't have salt, I lacked salt, I would go and beg from Auntie Mary, like CJ's calling me. So, that's the life that we used to live growing up. And I don't see why there should be any difference now in the modern world with the internet, which is actually making it more accessible, or help more accessible to people. So yeah, so that's all I wanted to come on live today and talk about. And I will remind you guys again, if you're watching me on YouTube and this is your first time, thank you so much for stopping by, for sharing your ideas, for liking, for watching. I appreciate you. And if you think this kind of content that you would love to see and hear more about or participate, please do me a favor to subscribe, like, and share. Tell your friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Share in your forums. Here we are a well-mannered, collected, mature, and interactive people. It's very, very important that we share ideas together. We are here to learn together, to grow together. So please do me a favor to like, share, and subscribe. And when you subscribe on my YouTube channel, please don't forget to turn on your notification bell, so whenever I'm live or I drop a video, you will not miss a thing. Jackie Chan, thank you so much. I appreciate your kind comment. Thank you so, so much. And for those of you watching me on Facebook, I appreciate your continued support. I constantly drop a motivational shorts daily. Do me a favor, please. Just click on that like button and share. And if you want to support my channel, feel free to support my channel by sending me stars on Facebook. Whenever you see a post that I make that touches you, or you can relate to, or you appreciate, you feel free to send me a star. And for those people, Principal, my darling big sis, I miss you so much. Welcome. Happy weekend, big sis. How's the family? And for those of you on YouTube, if you feel like supporting me, you can go through my link, buy me a coffee. You can go there and buy a coffee. It doesn't mean you buy me a physical coffee. It's just a term to say you can support financially with monetary value, be it 5, 10, 15 pounds, depending on how many coffees you want to buy. Or you can do super chat as well on YouTube. So or super thanks. Afterwards, after a live video, there's an option called super thanks. You can also go there and do that. And there's another way you can support the channel by being a member. We have Easter to Remember has been a long-standing member on this show. We have Ama TV, my darling sis, who has been a long-standing member of the show. You can also support that channel by being a member on this channel. And if you haven't followed me on TikTok and you're on TikTok, Bella Fountain 1 is my account on TikTok. Follow me there so you can have all of me in every aspect of your social media life. We are doing great, big sis. Thank you so much. So I really want to appreciate every single person for taking the time to click on this platform, be it Facebook or YouTube, to say hi, to drop a comment, to subscribe, and to like. Thank you all so much. Hopefully we will have another live show at some point, you know, my life is, you know, based around the kids. So yeah, I cannot promise or guarantee a specific moment. So thank you all so very much. I'll leave you guys on Facebook for now. I wish you all a fantastic weekend and see you all very soon. Thank you all so much. Bye guys. Bye Facebook. Right. YouTube guys. So anyway, if anybody wants to call, you can call on YouTube. And I hope this is ending properly. I hope I've ended that properly. If not, I think I'm also going to end the show on YouTube as well. And I really want to appreciate everyone for coming. What is this one? I can hear Princess talking. Meme Santra, my darling sis. You're coming when we're just rounding up. Oh, sis, thank you so much for popping in. Thank you so much. You can go back and rewatch the show, sis, if you have the time. So if no one is calling on the show today, and then we'll probably call it a day. And hopefully I'll see you all very, very soon. Thank you all so very much. Thank you so much for your continuous support. God bless. Have a fantastic weekend. See you all soon. Bye, guys.